Good evening, everyone. Tonight, a whistleblower steps forward with new evidence that Metro schools may have covered up problems with the district's drinking water.
That evidence suggests the water in some schools could be far more contaminated than school officials have been willing to admit. Our chief investigative reporter, Phil Williams, has another News Channel 5 Investigates exclusive. Phil.
Well, guys, the contamination occurs when debris flakes off into water that's sitting inside old metal pipes. While Metro Schools has continued to insist that its own tests show there's nothing to see, the whistleblower says it's because they've engaged in a practice that essentially washes away the evidence. East Nashville Middle Magnet School is housed inside one of Metro's oldest school buildings. Built in 1929, it's home to some 800 students. Over the past year, Metro Schools has assured parents that the water here and in every other school is completely safe to drink.
It don't taste like water. It tastes like the lake.
But then we showed families video of water we obtained from a fountain inside the school.
Oh my God, that's not even clear water.
That sample was brought to us by school maintenance worker Joey Combs.
It's settled some. You can see the crud there. But if you shake it just a little, that's the color that it came out. That if a student had just come in from playing outside and decided, hey, I want a drink of water, and ran up to the fountain, that's what they're going to get a mouthful of.
Look closely and you'll see sediment floating through the water. So it doesn't smell.
I don't think it smells. But if I had a choice of water to drink, I wouldn't pick that bottle.
Which is why Combs said he decided to collect the sample and bring it to us.
I did 10 years in the Army, 2 tours overseas, and I wouldn't have fed Saddam Hussein this water. So the last thing I want is a child drinking that.
We sent the sample to an accredited lab to be tested. The results revealed that the water contained 18 parts per billion of lead. That's above the EPA so-called action level of 15 parts per billion. It also contains 6,500 parts per billion of copper. The EPA says anything above 1,300 parts can make you sick. Lula Mosley has 3 grandchildren there.
When I go pick them up sometimes, their stomachs be messed up by that food. So it's got to be that water that they're cooking that food with.
Metro Schools issued a statement saying the water came from a fountain that is located in a portion of the building that is not used by students, but is near 4 staff members' offices. It added the district tested all fixtures at the building last summer, and all were below EPA action levels. In other words, nothing to worry about.
I don't believe him. I don't believe him on that. I do not believe him on that.
In fact, we pulled results from Metro's previous test on the fountain, and it shows barely detectable levels of lead. The maintenance worker Joey Combs says it could be because the district has essentially been cheating on the tests. Metro Schools recently posted this video touting its water testing program, but we discovered that what they don't tell the public is that they're essentially flushing out all the bad stuff before they test.
Why would you have a work order that says flush the buildings prior to water sampling if you're wanting to get a 100% accurate test?
Joey Combs had a picture of a work order directing him to flush water in one school to prepare for water sampling, along with a secret recording of his supervisor.
Start in the kitchen, leave everything turned on, the showers down in the locker rooms, football locker rooms, leave everything turned on.
You go in, you open up everything on the cold side, wide open, let it run for a couple hours.
A couple of hours, you say?
Yeah, that's what we did that day. That's what we were instructed to do that day.
That's a process known in the industry as pre-stagnation flushing. A Metro Schools spokesperson insisted the district is following long-standing protocol posted on the EPA's website. But after the lead crisis in Flint, Michigan, the EPA issued these instructions for testing in homes, saying pre-stagnation flushing may potentially lower the lead levels as compared to when it is not practiced. It added, EPA recommends that sampling instructions not contain a pre-stagnation flushing step.
You're sort of rigging the system.
John Rumpler is with the group Environment America. He noted that when New York City schools tested for lead, experts said flushing masked the problem. The district conducted a new round of tests and discovered the problem with the toxic metal was 9 times worse than what the first test suggested.
That's the reason flushing is flawed as a testing protocol, is that it masks the danger to our children.
If you're flushing it and then testing it, you're looking to get a result that looks favorable in someone's eyes who doesn't know any better.
Joey Combs says he believes Metro Schools did not find the contaminated water because they did not want to, because school officials don't want to be forced to spend the money to fix the problem.
Why are you speaking out?
Because it's not right. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not right to put kids' lives on the line.
I also spoke off camera with a former employee of the school maintenance department who told me he personally witnessed occasions when the water was left running in some schools all night long before the test samples were collected. After we informed Metro Schools about our results from East Middle, they immediately sent crews to take that water fountain offline, along with a second one on the same floor. We'll take a closer look at this new issue of copper contamination as our investigation continues tomorrow night on News Channel 5 at 6. Rory?
Great work, Phil. Thank you.